So in 2017, um, Jody Wilson-Raybould, then Minister of Justice, who is a member of two marginalized groups, she's a woman and she's Indigenous, was chosen to be the puppet front for a bill that would destroy women's rights. Canada also has a Charter of Rights and Freedoms. This is a separate thing. It was created in the 1980s by Trudeau's father, former Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and sex remains a protected characteristic there, and gender identity has not been added to that. But despite the charter, within 4 years, from 2017 until now, the government has redefined woman. On government websites, including the Justice Department page, it defines woman as anyone who claims to be one. Statistics Canada lists crimes by males who call themselves women as women's crimes. Newspapers follow suit. We now have men in women's prisons, in domestic violence shelters, and in sports. Children are being indoctrinated, and the government is spending millions to deepen that indoctrination. We believe the Charter is being violated. Bill C-16 has been used as a platform for self-ID, even though, or maybe because it doesn't define its terms. I should say that just yesterday, a Canadian activist who calls himself Just Dad 7 published a post containing the results of his research into how self-ID has come to be the way that things are in Canada. And it's not particularly because of Bill C-16. It happened bit by bit in the provinces through the human rights organizations. One man who calls himself a woman at a time going to court to claim discrimination. It just takes one man, whether he calls himself a man or whether he calls himself a woman. Once the Canadian Human Rights Act and the Criminal Code were changed, policies across the federal government started changing. Notably, the federal agency formerly called Status of Women was renamed to Women and Gender Equality Canada, or WAGE, in 2018. And here's what they say on their website. Women and Gender Equality Canada works to advance equality with respect to sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity or expression through the inclusion of people of all genders, including women, in Canada's economic, social, and political life. I'll just repeat that. Through the inclusion of people of all genders, including women. So we are no longer a sex category. We are one of multiple genders.